Rights to freedom is dead. We're coming to get our check.
Black First, brothers and sisters. Welcome to the Afro Elite YouTube channel. I'm your host, Afro Elite. Before we get started, please make sure that you guys are subscribed to the channel. Hit that subscribe button, like button, notification bell. All of that helps the reach and the growth of the channel. For everything you do, thank you very much. As you all know, because we report it so often, Chicago and really the United States of America is going through a horrific illegal flood of illegal immigration, all right? And Chicago is one of the main cities that this is going on in, one of the biggest cities that this is continuing to happen to, despite all of the pushback from the Black Chicagoans, despite all of the legalities of this. They're finding a way to illegally have all of these immigrants come over here and stay over here, squat here, do crimes, all of that. So Black Chicagoans are going to the city council. We're voicing our grievance. We're talking about the legalities in this, the safety in this, all of this. And last year in December, you had a citizen, a Black citizen, who's standing up for his rights and the rights of Black Chicagoans. And he was arrested for doing so. They illegally took his time away. He has a right to his time. He has a law that allows him to have a right to his time to say what he wanted to say. They stripped it away. Alderman Andre Vasquez stripped it away from him and then made sure that he was arrested and charged for creating a public disturbance because he did not acquiesce and sit down quietly and allow his rights to be violated. So me and Mr. George Blackmore sat down and had an interview at Chicago City Hall recently. And this is what I'm going to play for you. In this video, in this interview, he's going to discuss the situation. He's going to discuss what happened. He's also going to discuss his cases, his court date. He's going to discuss how we can support him and the things that are going on. So without any further ado, here we go.
All right, so we're sitting here with Mr. Blackmore. Mr. Blackmore, how you doing?
How are you doing, young man?
I'm good, thank you. I wanted to discuss with you that one day at the city council, what happened. We heard that you were arrested for speaking about your rights, about your right to free speech. So before we get into it, let's establish what laws did they break, what rules did they break that you advocated for. Oh, Lord have mercy, I'm getting a call. Okay, sorry about that. There's that. So can you explain to us in your words what happened that day?
Okay, I attended this meeting, and about the chairman of this meeting was Vasquez, and it was quite a few. It was several, maybe 30 or more Hispanic people there, and these Hispanic aldermen advocate for their people. So it was, I think it was maybe one or two blacks signed up to speak, but it could have been more blacks. But what the chairman decided to do was, instead of having the 3 minutes, he decided to take 2 minutes and have where the Hispanics can get to speak. So he's going to say everybody will speak 1 minute, 1 minute. And I objected to that. The reason I objected to that was because the rule says 3 minutes, be able to speak at city council, 3 minutes in the committee. So they have another little booklet, and that little booklet says it's up to the discretion of the chairman of the committee. However, they have not, it's not a law. What they're doing down here at city council, they're making laws which they shouldn't be making unless they go to the proper committee, which is the Rule Committee, headed by Michelle Harris. In that committee, they would discuss the new rules that will be enforced, and at that time, the citizens will be able to to participate in the meeting, for or against. But the committee members will be the one who will vote on changing the rules. After they make their vote, the next process is to go to city council, and city council will have all the members, the 50 members of the council will have a time to vote for or against these rules. Well, right now, this is like a little zoo down at city council. But they change the rules, and they don't make the rules. So the last time, one time before, they said that the sergeant of arms make the rules. The sergeant of arms has no power to make any rules because they are not elected officials. The sergeant of arms only is supposed to enforce the rules that the council have voted on. So they were saying that you can't come to city council unless you have an escort on the second floor, unless you have an escort, and the escort would have to be an alderman. The Open Meeting Act prevented that, and some white folks got involved and say, no, you can't exclude the people from the second floor because it's a public Open Meetings Act. So I was down there objecting for what this chairman was saying for Vasquez, and taken from me, giving to them. And I said, you can't do this, you can't do this. This is illegal. You can't give them, take my minutes and give it to them. So what happened, he called the sergeant of arms and told the sergeant of arms to put me out because I was objecting to the procedures, illegal procedures. So the sergeant of arms called the police. So that's three different layers of authority. A non-authority. It started with Vasquez had no legal authority to change those rules. And then the sergeant of arms have no authority to put me out. And the sergeant of arms told the police did not initiate my arrest. It was initiated by Vasquez, the Hispanic man who wanted his people to speak. Now, one thing I can say about these Hispanics, they advocate for their people. They advocate for their people. Our black elected officials do not. They drove, snatched me up and said, Mr. Blackmore, you have to go. I said, I'm not going anywhere. I am not going anywhere. So they drug me out like a Georgia slave. I had to go over to the hospital, Northwestern Hospital. My body was all sore, but my mind was effed up because the mental stress that the black people have to go through. I told them in Northwestern, I need psychiatrists or psychologists because I was so stressed out. And that a similar incident happened just yesterday with that little white book. The sergeant of arms say it's at the discretion. I wanted to know, when was that book? When did they vote for these rules? You can't have two sets of rules. And so I called Michelle Harris some B words because I can't call her the B word when all of them down there are the B words. So I was very upset, and I'm going back and forth to court. My next court date is going to be February the 13th at 9 o'clock on Kinsey and Harrison. That's Furlong. 3350 West Farrakhan. 3150 West Farrakhan. So I want all of y'all to come out and to support yourself. Now, I'm the reason for public participation at city council, not at the committee, but several years ago, I went to the Inspector General and I guess Lisa Mannequin, I don't know if that's not the Inspector General, Lisa Mannequin, her father was over the Democratic machine in Springfield, and I told her that the people should be allowed to speak at city council. She sent me a letter saying no, in Rockford and other cities, the public are not allowed to speak at the council. So I advocated for that. All the aldermen did not want the public to speak at city council. They did not want that. So I'm the one who initiated and advocated for the white folks, the black folks, the gay folks, the straight folks, the old folks, the rich folks, the poor folks, to be able to express themselves at city council. The egregious act is that the members of the council did not want to hear from the public. They said you had ample, sufficient input in the committees. So if you don't need to come and speak at city council. So a group of whites went to a judge, and the judge forced the council members to open it up to city council. But it was initiated by an old, poor, nappy head, big nose, big lip, and a black booty hole man, me. Me. So you see, this is Black History Month, and we used to have Black History Week, but you see, black people are still making history. I'm a history maker. I am old, poor, don't have a pot to piss in, and don't have one to throw it out, but I'm somebody. And we all somebody. I initiated that. The power of one. And that's why I'm so powerful when I go to these various government agencies and meetings, they feel threatened by me. So I'm living history. And now what I'm advocating for, young man, you went downstairs and I didn't see any black pictures of black displays about Black History Month. It used to be during my time, you had Black History Week. But in the schools, everybody would celebrate and have programs, and it was a wonderful time. I can't believe that I see the Hispanic people have the Day of the Dead, when Ukraine was invaded by the white Russians, over in Russia, because Ukraine used to belong to Russia, Kiev and all of them over in that area. They had a display. Ms. Lightfoot let that display stay up there for 2 years. Why can't our people have, like you use the word culturally, we're culturally poor, because so many outstanding things have happened right in our city. The father of this city was a black man, DuSable. They had Paul Lawrence, William Brooks. I'm talking about Black history locally. Then they got Black history nationally. Our people have made great strides here, from slavery to freedom, and I don't know if we're free. You didn't pay any attention. They had nothing but little flags, red, black, and green flags Why is it that our elected officials, they have a department called Cultural Affairs? This is part of our culture. The blacks had, the Mexicans had the Day of the Dead. So why do you think, you're interviewing me, but why do you think when you walk in right now, you don't see any displays on the county side or the city side about our heroes and sheroes? So you're supposed to be interviewing me. Now I turn it back on you because you are the future. I'm the past.
Well, I would say to answer that question, the reason for that is because of the fact that these elected officials, these aldermen, these people, they don't really respect and have the reverence necessary for our culture to really advocate for it. And when people like you're only one man. I mean, as much advocating as you do, you're only one man. It takes multiple people to advocate who really care about it. These people who are in the positions, they don't care. They need to be made to do it. And it's up to the people to say, this is not enough respect on our culture. This is not enough. We need more than this, because if we don't demand more, they're only going to go down. It's only going to decrease. It's going to get less and less and less. If we don't say anything now, in a few years, there won't even be flags up there. There won't even be any acknowledgement of Black History Month, Black History Week, or Black people at all if today we don't have people who advocate for more of our culture to be recognized. So it's up to the people to advocate for it, because too often the people don't see the richness in it. The people feel like it's poor.
But right here, I'm saying I think Chicago is a home of gospel music, and they say stepping, and we have jazz all over in Europe. Mm-hmm. These white folks are embracing jazz. And they study. Seem like that's a dying art for our young black people. Being trained musician, going not just rapping and tapping, but actually knowing how to read music, composers. We got a rich history. Our doctors, our hospital. We have our own hospital. We have a dermatologist, Mr. Law. We just have so much history all over in America. Black people have made history. So I just can't believe it. The city this size, and we have no display about our accomplishment and our history. And seem like it's not a problem. It's not a problem to black people. The average black person, they're quite content with a few little red, green, and black flags. Do they know what each one of these colors mean? We have to educate our people, inform our people, and enlighten our people. This is disgraceful. This is simply disgraceful. Now, you know I'm an old man, and I don't know if this hat's too tight or what, but I'm getting a little tired. And who was this saying? I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. One of our leaders said that. So we can't get tired. The struggle must go on. And I saw the young man, and I think he was kind of shying away from me because he saw me in city council, and I don't think he ever seen nothing like me. I'm one of a kind. I think he was kind of doing this, shying away like I'm the boogeyman. I am truly unique. And did you know all of us are unique? There's not another race of people in the world like us black people, because God made us in his image. And we're God's children, and each one of us are little gods. So I've never seen another race of people that look beautiful and handsome like me. Look at that hair. Just picture me when I was 9. You think he's a nice looking little young boy? Just picture me. Just picture me at 28. Oh yeah, I had teeth. I had it all. And that man over there was the one. He's not supposed to be no elevator man. He took us over to the 3rd floor when we were supposed to go to the 2nd floor. That's him right going there. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You tricked us. Yes, you did. You're not paid to be no elevator man for us, for the city. You're not an elevator man for the people here. They giving you an additional job. Your job is not. We got self-elevators. We don't have hand people, men to carry you up and down on the elevator. What's going on here? Something. All right, you can finish, young man. Have you finished? Have I wore you out? Have you?
Yeah, I appreciate. Now, about your court date again, can you remind the people again when it is, where it is, and how they can support you?
Okay, how you can support yourself now? Wait a minute, don't focus on me. Because when they throw me out, when they lynch me, they lynching you. So how you can teach the criminal justice system or whatever judicial, the court system is to show up in force, come out. Again, Ms. Jessica, the address is what, 50 what?
3150 West Florida.
50, you say 50 what?
3150.
Oh, 3150 West Florida, no. 31, that's right there at Kinsey and Harris. 3150 West Florida. No. I need your moral support, I need your prayers, and I need your presence. And this young man, do you have a big following of people that watch your page?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so you think you're doing God's work, you getting it out?
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm doing my absolute best. I am trying to do that.
All right, thank you very much. And is there any other questions or anything?
No, thank you. No, thank you.
You think we bored them enough and told them enough?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
All right, thank you all. Thank you all.
Thank you.
It's very important that we support the people who are out there on the front lines advocating for us, like Mr. George Blackmore. I will be there. I will be doing everything in my power to support him. That's why I wanted to do this interview, so he can get his voice out, because you have members who work with the dominant society like Andre Vasquez, and I've already ran into him. I've already intellectually debunked him. I've beat him when it came to the questioning. I've questioned him. I pressed him. He was running away. He was scared. He's a liar. He didn't have the answer for anything he was saying. He was trying to beat around the bush and make it seem like the migrants that are coming over here illegally are not that bad, despite all the crimes they were committing. And I'm going to put that in the description below so you guys can see that, the whole live stream in the description below. At the time, I did not know that Mr. George Blackmore was arrested, but I did a whole breakdown of everything that happened that day. And now I'm following it up by the interview with Mr. Blackmore after his arrest and how we can support him. I'm going to be doing that. I encourage everybody who is from the Chicago area, if they have the ability to do so, they should do that as well too. Don't forget to follow me on my various social media platforms, which is Afro Elite on Instagram and then The Afro Elite on Twitter. And the links to both of those are in the description below. Also, please do not leave without leaving that thumbs up button, that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button and hit the notification button, because all of this helps the reach and the growth of the channel. And for everything you all do, I sincerely appreciate it. Now, I want to know what you all think about this whole situation. Let me know that in the comment section below. Now, with that being said, my brothers and sisters, be one salute to every single last one of you all, and you all have a good one.